Hello and welcome to another episode of your favorite sports show, Sports 365. I'm your host, Presley Ekbebe, and with me are two of Halifax's finest analysts. Together, we will be looking to preview the upcoming games in some of the finest leagues in Europe. I'm talking about the English Premier League, the Bundesliga, Spanish La Liga, and of course the Italian Serie A. Welcome, Biodun.
Thank you,
welcome, Dami.
Thank you for having me.
I have to mention, Dami was spot on from last week. He predicted that Barcelona would lose to Real Madrid, and I think you would obviously get the chance to preview the first Premier League game for that fantastic prediction you gave. And I would give you the big one that's coming up this Sunday. Manchester United again up against Arsenal.
Okay.
I wouldn't say much because Biodu might accuse me of being a little bit biased. What do you think we should expect in that game?
This is going to be a game between two clubs that they have a very tough rivalry between them over the years. You've seen some previous games even get really dirty, and both teams are coming on the back of poor results this season. They haven't really started their games flying. Man U is sitting on the 15th position. They had a home draw to Chelsea in the last game, and Arsenal lost their last game as well to Leicester City. So these are two clubs that would want to get their season back on track and try to get a win. But because Manchester United is at home, I will give it in favor of Manchester United.
Okay, Manchester United for the win. Bjorn, you would take Liverpool West Ham, but just what's your take on Manchester United? Who do you think will win this one?
Well, I would go with Derby there. I think Arsenal has not really gotten on during this season, and it's been kind of stop-start season for them. So they've won a few games, they've not really done well. And when they play against big teams, they kind of do not get going. So I'll go for Manchester United.
Okay, well, two Manchester United wins. But if you say Arsenal hasn't been great, how about West Ham, as they have to play Liverpool at Anfield? West Ham have secured fantastic results. The past three games have been really good for them. Liverpool, on the other hand, have also had a few good games as well, and the one bad game being against Aston Villa. What would your prediction be for that game?
Yeah, so I would go for a Liverpool win because the game is actually at Anfield, and that's the only reason why I would go for a Liverpool win. But it's going to be very tight because, like you said, West Ham, they've played fantastically well, and they're doing very well. I recall that they actually lost to Arsenal with by a last-minute goal, right? So it's going to be very tight, but because it's at Anfield, I would go for a Liverpool win.
Okay, well, those are the Premier League games we will be previewing for the upcoming fixtures. We're just going to quickly jump in now to Germany, and of course the runaway leaders. Well, they're not the leaders now; they're second in the Bundesliga. But I'm talking about Bayern Munich. They play Cologne at away. What will your prediction be for that, Dami?
So if you look at Cologne, they are currently in the relegation zone. They've not had any win this season. They're struggling in the
0 wins.
Bundesliga. If you look at Bayern, they had a loss and then had the win in their last game where they defeated Frankfurt by 5 goals to nothing. I think that will be a win for Bayern. It will be a win.
Okay. Well, it's hard to predict anything else when it comes to Bayern Munich games. And but let's just jump right into Spain now. And the team that seemed to prove you wrong over the weekend, Real Madrid, they will be playing Huesca. What's your prediction for that?
Well, I'll definitely go for a Real Madrid win, and it's just by how many goals, right? I think that's where we have the debate because Huesca is just down in the relegation zone. They've not won any game this season, and Madrid, yes, they've had their hiccups, but they're second on the table behind Real Sociedad. I'll go for Madrid.
Yeah, well, second on the table. I don't.
Comfortable Madrid.
Okay, I don't see Real Madrid staying second for too long, especially when you look at who's on top of the league.
Yeah.
But then again, Barcelona they're playing Alaves.
Yeah.
They're way below in the table, down the table. They have actually played a few games less. So, but what's your prediction for that one? Barca away. What do you think the away form put into consideration? And
Yeah, so looking at Barcelona, with the way they've played this season, they've not really been their self. They've been a shadow of the Barcelona that we all know. The season hasn't really started well for them. So, but this is a game against Alaves that I believe Barcelona should win without any stress. But this is football; you can never tell. But I will go for a Barcelona win. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's football. Anything can happen,
Yeah.
but we're predicting a Real Madrid and a Barcelona win. And just before we leave the La Liga, Sevilla, they conquered the Europa League. The 18th time now? Looks like their personal trophy.
Yeah.
But they will be playing the Athletic Bilbao. Both teams, I'm not sure who to go for in this one. What would you say we can expect? A firecracker of a game or...
Well, I would say it won't be a firecracker of a game, and like you said, you don't know what to expect from both sides, and they're currently in the mid-table.
Yes, mid-table both.
I'll just say maybe a very dull draw.
Okay, dull draw. Well, we're just going to quickly touch on the Italian Serie A. That will be the last league we'll be reviewing today, previewing as well. I mean, for Inter Milan against Parma. Inter Milan, fantastic form, I have to say. Parma, on the other hand, 4 points so far this season. What can the fans of Italian Serie A expect from this game?
This is a game that has, historically been really close between both teams. You find, the average results between the teams in the past 3-4 head-to-head games have been ending in like 2-1, 1-1, and things like that. So it's going to be a tightly contested game, despite the fact that Parma is struggling. But I think Parma is a club that Inter has found kind of difficult to defeat in recent times. But because Inter is at home, I will give it to Inter.
Okay.
They win, yeah.
Well, you seem to share on the same thinking line with Dami on that. But what do you think about the AC Milan Udinese fixture? Of course, Udinese play at home. But when you look at AC Milan's form, they haven't lost this season. They've been fantastic. And then Udinese just one win. What's your prediction for that?
Well, I'll go for an outright AC Milan win. Udinese, like you said, they're battling relegation right now.
Yes.
Though it's still early in the season, but with Zlatan's form,
Yeah.
it's just, I think it's a man.
There's Latin factor, right?
I think it's a man on a mission. So I'll go for an AC Milan.
Okay.
For that.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it on today's show. Thanks once again for joining us. We would also like to ask that you don't forget to subscribe and also smash that notification button as well. So as soon as we have any new content, you'll be the first to know. Thanks for joining us, and indeed keep safe and take care. Bye.